Hello everyone, you are welcome to today's video. My name is Adebanke and I'll be taking you through NABTEB Biology past questions. Let's get started. Question 1. What is osmosis? Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from the region of lower concentration to the region of higher concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Option A, movement of salts from high to low concentration. B, movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane. C, movement of gases into cells. D, absorption of nutrients in the stomach. Option B is the correct answer. Movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane. Question 2. In an osmosis experiment using yam cups, what acts as the semi-permeable membrane? So the interpretation is, in an osmosis experiment, a yam is used and an hole is made in the yam with sugar solution inside and is placed in the water. So what acts as the semi-permeable membrane? The yam tissue, the yam itself, acts as the semi-permeable membrane. So let's take a look at the options. Option A, salt solution. B, distilled water. C, yam tissue. D, straw. The correct answer is yam tissue. Option C. Question 3. Which of the following is required for photosynthesis? Meaning, what are the things that are required, that are necessary for photosynthesis to take place? We have sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, and chlorophyll, the leaf pigment. Option A, carbon monoxide. B, chlorophyll. C, protein. D, starch. Chlorophyll, leaf pigment that is contained in the leaf pigment, leaf pigment. Option B is the correct answer. C. Question 4. In the variegated leaf experiment, which part stained blue-black with iodine? In an experiment using plants, leaf, which part stained blue-black with iodine? That's which part indicates the presence of sugar, and the presence of sugar will stain blue-black with iodine. So it's mainly the leafy area, the green area, where photosynthesis occurs to produce starch. So option A, red areas. B, yellow areas. C, green areas. D, brown areas. The correct answer is green areas. Question 5. Which is a storage organ in a flowering plant? In a flowering plant, which part is known to be a storage organ where nutrients are being stored? A, bark. Its bark serves as a protective layer. B, leaf, where photosynthesis occurs. C, xylem, transporting water molecules. D, phloem, transporting food molecules. So all these are not necessarily storage organ, but the one that is really close in terms of transporting food is phloem. You can say phloem is the correct answer to this question. Question 6. Which of the following organisms help in nitrogen fixation? A particular organism known as rhizobium, which is necessary, is important in converting nitrogen to ammonia or nitrate. So which of these organisms that are listed in this option helps in nitrogen fixation? A, earthworm. B, putrefying bacteria. C, nitrogen fixing bacteria. D, termites. The correct answer is nitrogen fixing bacteria. Option C. Question 7. What best defines internal respiration? Meaning, what is the meaning of internal respiration? Intracellular respiration is a process whereby the cell make use of oxygen to produce ATP, to produce energy, and it mainly occur in mitochondria. Let's look at the options. What best defines internal respiration? Digestion of food, option A. B, inhaling oxygen. C, release of energy from food using oxygen. D, removal of waste. Correct answer is release of energy from food using oxygen. Option C. Question 8. Which of the following is not a characteristic of respiratory surfaces? Which of these is not a characteristic of respiratory surfaces? But in a respiratory surfaces has some characteristics for gas exchange to occur. That means it must be thin, it must be moist, it must be vascularized. That means there has to be blood vessels. So which of these is not part of the things I listed? Is it thin? Is it moist? Vascularized? Let's look. It's not a characteristic. Okay, thick and dry, moist and vascularized, thin and ciliated, D, smooth. So which of these is not a characteristic of respiratory surfaces? Is thick and dry, because it has to be thin, it has to be thin, it has to be moist. So it doesn't have to be thick and dry. Option A is the correct answer. Question 9. Which blood vessel carries oxygen-rich blood away from the heart? Option A, pulmonary artery. B, vena cava. C, aorta. D, pulmonary vein. Aorta is mainly responsible for carrying oxygen-rich blood away from the heart. Correct answer is C, aorta. Question 10. Which blood vessels carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs? A, pulmonary vein. B, aorta. C, pulmonary artery. D, coronary artery. The correct answer is pulmonary artery. That is responsible for carrying deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Option C is the correct answer. 11. What is one major role of earthworm in soil fertility? So what are the things that earthworm do to the soil to improve soil for plant growth? Earthworm dey deposit worm castings, that worm feces, and these provide nutrient to the soil, the necessary nutrient for plant growth, nitrogen, potassium, and they also burrow, may make hole in the soil, which helps to aerate the soil, and that also improves soil for plant growth. Option A, produce oxygen. B, form worm castings and burrows. C, kill pests. D, convert clay to sand. The correct answer is form worm castings and burrows. Option B is the correct answer. Question 12. Bacteria are used to convert alcohol into option A, milk. B, sugar. C, vinegar. D, gasoline. So bacteria are used to convert alcohol into acetic acid, that's vinegar. Option C is the correct answer. Question 13. Which of these products can be made with the help of bacteria? So which of these products can be made in the presence of bacteria when fermentation takes place? Option A, cheese. B, gold. C, plastic. D, concrete. The correct answer is cheese. that is made during the process of fermentation in the presence of with the aid of bacteria. Question 14. The process of turning sewage into fertilizer involves the activity of the process whereby sewage are turned into fertilizer involves the use of bacteria. That means a biodegradation is being taking place in the presence of bacteria. Option A, protozoa. B, viruses. C, fungi. D, bacteria. Correct answer is bacteria. Option D. 15. Which vitamin is produced by bacteria in the large intestines of humans? In the large intestine, the vitamins that are produced helps in blood, red blood cell production, and also for blood clotting. So the vitamin B helps in red blood cell production, vitamin K helps in blood clotting. So these two vitamins are produced by bacteria that's in the gut of humans. Option A, vitamin A. B, vitamin C, vitamin B and K. D, vitamin D. Correct answer is vitamin B and K, vitamin K. Option C. Question 16. Which of these is not a common habitat of viruses? Meaning, which of these options is not a place where viruses can thrive, survive, or reproduce? A, blood plasma. B, clean stainless steel. C, saliva. D, semen. The correct answer is clean stainless steel. Viruses cannot is not in clean stainless steel is not a natural habitat for virus. Option B is the correct answer. Question 17. Viruses can be found in all of the following except, still asking about the habitat of virus. Viruses can be found in all of these listed options except one. Option A, soil. B, pure air. C, water. D, cells. Viruses don't thrive in pure air. Option B is the correct answer. Question 18. Which of the following is a common location where bacteria may be found? It's asking of where bacteria can survive or also thrive. A, boiled water is too hot for a bacteria to thrive. Although there are some bacteria, the thermophilic bacteria, but not all common bacteria can survive in boiled water. Under the fingernails are unkept dirty. Bacteria can survive in that kind of place. Sterile equipment, inside sealed bottle. Sterile equipment, the bacteria can't survive in an instrument that is sterile and or sterilized. Option D, inside sealed bottle. Except the bottle is opened, bacteria cannot survive inside sealed bottle. So, which of the following is a common location where bacteria may be found? Option B, under the fingernails, is the correct answer. Question 19. Bacteria are commonly found in all of the following except, still asking about habitats, bacterial habitats where they can survive. So they are commonly found in all of these except bacteria can be found in air, they are common in air, in compost, in toilets, it can be found there, but bacteria cannot really survive in boiling oil because of high temperature. Option D is the correct answer. Question 20. Which of these is a method to prevent viral disease in animals? How do you prevent viral disease in animals? A, giving them antibiotics. B, exposing them to sunlight. C, vaccinating them. D, letting them roam freely. Giving them antibiotics as a way to treat bacterial infection. So B, exposing them to sunlight is not really a way to prevent viral disease. Vaccinating them, very important, is a way to prevent viral disease in animals. Letting them roam freely is not a way they can contact diseases from anywhere while they roam freely. So the correct answer is vaccinating them, option C. Question 21. Raising disease-resistant animals helps in raising animals that are not susceptible to disease. Helps in A, speeding up viral disease. B, reducing feed costs only. C, preventing viral disease outbreaks. D, producing more milk. When you raise animals that are not, that cannot contact disease, let me just put it that way, easily. So it helps to prevent the outbreak of viral disease. Option C is the correct answer. Question 22. Why is it important to feed animals with clean food? Meaning, why is it necessary to feed animals with clean food? A, to help them run faster. B, to prevent bacterial infection. C, to reduce weight gain. To prevent viral infections. So why is it important to feed animals with clean food? Mainly because contaminated food can harbor some bacteria. So it is important to feed animal with clean food in order to prevent bacterial infections. Option B is the correct answer. Question 23. Which of the following is a hygienic practice in animal farming? Meaning, which of these listed options is a process of practicing cleanliness in animal farming? A, sharing water between animals and humans is not hygienic. B, keeping animals in a dirty shelter. A dirty shelter can harbor a lot of infections, so it is not a clean method. C, using the same equipment for sick and healthy animals. When sick and healthy animals share the same equipment, there can be transfer of viral or bacterial infections. D, maintaining clean and tidy environment. That answers the question correctly. Maintaining a good, clean and tidy habitat. That's the environment where they stay, where the animals stay. So option D is the correct answer. Maintaining clean and tidy habitat. Question 24. Which measure below can help reduce spread of viruses among livestock? Which of these options can help to reduce the spread of viruses among animals, among livestock? A, feeding them raw meat. Raw meats that undercooked or raw meat can harbor some bacteria, so it can lead to spread of infection. B, letting sick animals mingle freely. Sick animals can also infect healthy animals. C, stocking the farm with healthy animals. D, burning all manure. So which measure below can reduce the spread of viruses among livestock? Is stocking the farm with healthy animals. Option C is the correct answer. Question 25. Which of these practices is not recommended for viral disease prevention in animals? Which of these is not acceptable for preventing viruses in animals? A. Vaccination. It helps to prevent viral disease. B. Feeding clean food. Very important. Helps in preventing viral disease. Keeping animals dirty. This is not a recommended method for viral disease prevention. D. Stocking with healthy breeds. So the correct answer is keeping animals dirty. When animals are dirty, a lot of viruses, bacteria can easily get into their body system. Option C is the correct answer, keeping animals dirty. Question 26. Which of the following best defines a habitat? Meaning a habitat is a place where organism can live, like a natural environment for them, where they can survive, they can reproduce, and they can thrive. So option A species of animals in a forest. B, a method of measuring population. C, the role an organism plays in a community. D, a place where an organism lives and can sustain life. That answers the question. Option D is a place, a natural environment where organisms can live and can sustain life. They can reproduce. Option D is the correct answer. Question 27. What does the term population refer to in ecology? When you say population, we are talking about a group of same species so that live together in an area. Option A total number of communities in an area. B, the number of different species in an ecosystem. C, all organisms of the same species living together in an area. D, all organisms in the world. So looking at population, you want to carry out a study and you want to work with a population of maybe a species. So there are many the same species in a particular place. That's the meaning of population. So all organisms of the same species living together in an area is the correct answer. Option C. Question 28. Which of the following refers to different population living together and interdependent? A. Ecosystem. B. Community. C. Habitat. D. Biome. So when you talk about different population, different organisms that live together and also like depend on one another for survival. The correct answer is community. Community refers to different population living together and they are interdependent. So the correct answer is B, community. Question 29. In an ecosystem, organisms interact with, when you say ecosystem, that means organisms interact with their environment, air, and with their physical environment. So option A, only plants. Option B, only the atmosphere. Option C, each other and their physical surroundings. D, non-living things only. Ecosystem, in an ecosystem, organism interacts with each other and also their physical surrounding. That makes option C the correct answer. Question 30. A fish pond is an example of A, population, B, habitat, C, organism, D, community. In a fish pond, it can be a community of organisms, but the pond itself is an habitat. So it's a place where organisms, that's just their natural environment. For example, fish. When you take fish out of its natural environment, it barely survives. So a fish pond is an example of habitat. B is the correct answer. Now we have come to the end of this video. If you enjoy it, make sure you like and subscribe, and see you in the next class.
Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the content you just watched. To see more episodes as that, preparing you for your oncoming exams, smash the subscribe button on this channel right now and visit the playlist that we've made for you, covering over 50 type of different exams, including JAMB, WAEC, Cacao, NEET, IALT, and the likes like that.